Oh no, is Hanky Poo finally gonna divorce Somali? Is there going to be a divorce?
Is his butt getting too loose now?
Oh no.
YouTube intro.
Hi, I'm your goddess Nazca, here with Truckle Bomb, we're reacting to...
Legal Mindset talking about poor Hanky. I think he's stressed out. He hasn't had any booty this week.
Is Somali not giving him enough? Is Johnny not feeding his needs?
He's getting the pink sock.
Oh no, not that guy. What's up now?
With
Hank Yu, the top ally of Ramzi Khalid Ismail, aka Johnny Somali, is scared and he is trying to hide. It is, of course.
Oh, so I'm guessing he's completely just like ghosting online.
Or he's getting the scarlet letter when he goes out in the public because now everybody knows who he is.
Oh, like I'm guessing his his whole life now, just as much as Johnny is getting popular and the way of infamy, he's starting to get some of that infamy and he ain't liking it.
I'm trying to think if there's an anime or a show where there's like you interact with a demon and it just ruins your life. I'm trying to think. I know there's a show.
Oh.
What is a good show to use? Is Hank is probably in a divorce?
If he had visited my country, I would have hit him so hard. What about Death Note, maybe?
Death Note.
Or Ryuk and Light.
I guess.
A little bit.
Not gonna work.
Who's Ryuk and who's Light?
Today on The Legal Mindset, we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney dedicated to stopping nuisance streamers like Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, and making sure they face legal consequences. So we're going to jump right into it today on this Fast Facts video, giving you just the quick and dirty of what is going on in the Johnny Somali.
What's the Korean version of an anime? A manga? What do they call it? Or no, that's a manga. Their version of a manga.
Solo leveling.
Solo leveling. He's a solo leveling, but in reverse.
Nega leveling.
Molly Ramzi Khalid Ismail case. So many people for a long time, and myself included, have wanted to direct more heat at the ally of Johnny Somali, Hank Yu, Han Jung Yu. Hank has been a critical figure in this story. He has pretty much enabled Johnny Somali to not only continue living a relatively comfortable, if sparse lifestyle, but also enabled him to continue streaming when he wants to by providing him things like a phone, a streaming setup, an apartment to live in, giving him a...
Again, I don't get why. Okay, Hank... Okay, I'm just gonna give one positive thing about Hank here. He is the most loyalist, stupid friend ever.
Chat, you need to find a woman that is as loyal as...
Yes, you need to find a Hank.
You need to find your own Hank in life.
I don't know why, but when I hear stories of these people, I want to play the Hangman game. The one with... are you talking about the one that you draw, or is there actually some kind of game that's like that? I can't picture that.
Stipend, buying soju for him, pretty much being his sole source of revenue. Johnny is out of money.
I think keep thinking that meme was like, "Hey boo, I need more money."
And relies on Hank pretty much solely for funding and for housing and everything else. He's even gone so far as to, it appears,
Sugar
provide
daddy.
funds for his legal defense. Now, Hank seems to, after this recent time, and we're going to get into the exact reason I believe.
You don't need someone who'll stick by your side no matter what and give you muns and items and junk. Like the one song, Is That Love?
Believe why he has gone into hiding. Well, first, and the first update was Hank lost his gym membership. His gym was informed of his relationship with Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, and they decided to terminate his membership. So Hank's gym membership has been terminated.
What the fuck?
Johnny ruined his gym membership.
Oh no, he's gonna get too fat to fuck him.
No,
He's gonna get fat now. He won't be able to.
How do you get banned from a gym? What did he? How do you get? No. Because Hank's not the one. How do you get side banned? He got banned because of Johnny. He got fucking side banned.
Oh my god. It's been kind of. We haven't had any Johnny Smalley news, and it's funny as hell.
But beyond that, he's actually gone out and deleted everything from his YouTube channel. He has this a small, very tiny, infinitesimal YouTube channel called Hank the Tank.
He had 463 subscribers.
We're beating him by what, a good 8 times?
Hank the Tank. Oh, what did he do with that? What did he do to that gym?
Oh, he's
Hank,
probably one of those high
you can
chins
see
he brought a
him there
dead
with the
fish in
People's
there.
Liberation Army (CCP) flag right behind him, and that kind of cowboy hat that he is known for, let's say, and many of his more controversial.
Get that hat off your head. You don't deserve it. Let's see. Giving you the taste of real freedom and amusement.
He looks like the new modern version. He's like a Korean version of the modern King of the Hill, like Bobby aged up.
Oh, wait. He's Hank's brother.
He is Hank's brother. Oh my god.
Except Hank's brother is Japanese, but close enough.
Controversial photos.
These
So he's
glasses,
deleted
though.
everything from this. He's kind of purged this channel. Now, a lot of people wonder why that is. Is it because, he's trying to just lay low? Is it because Johnny's going into his hiding phase, which, as we've discussed on this channel, Johnny Somali goes through different phases, and one of the phases he usually tries is to hide, to stay low, and not cause any waves while
Right.
certain legal things are pending in order for those things to play out and for the cycle.
Since when does he do that? And also, he's not doing a very good job of doing that.
Honestly, to be honest with you, he's been kind of low lately. We haven't had any new crash outs lately.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe because he's still on trial, and his next trial ain't till August.
He's finally learning his lesson, but it's too late.
To kind of go through. Well, it's not just that. It's because Hank himself could be on the line for one of the same charges as Johnny Somali. Now, what is that? Well, if you guys were paying attention and watching my last video, of course, this video here, you can see the short version, New Somali Investigation Opens. That's a fast facts version right here, posted on my channel. We confirmed that he is now, there's a reopened investigation of Johnny Somali, Ramsey Cletus Ismail for child sexual harassment for a slew of behavior in South Korea. And one of the things we pointed out was one.
Sorry. Wasn't that chat, that random chat room thing, where you pop in?
Oh.
I wonder ain't that Hank's.
What's his name? Hank the Tank. Why not Hank the Skunk? Skank? Skank! Hank the Skank!
Well,
Actually, that'd be perfect. He's a skank.
when they both go to prison together, he can pass out Johnny Somali for cigarettes.
Oh, he can be Johnny's
Pimp.
pimpers.
Thing that is now under investigation is the conversations that Johnny and Hank were having with minors over the last couple of months. They would
think
go
you're
on a
right.
certain website, Ome, and
Yep,
they would
yep,
talk with
that's not-
minors,
yeah.
which they confirm were minors. And even Hank several times himself said, hey, these are kids. But they proceeded with this. They proceeded with these conversations.
And Hank did say a couple of things too, if I remember correctly. Ooh. Somali Netflix adaptation will be a over-the-top American Mexican love soap opera with dramatic comedy twists. That sounds amazing.
They both can each pick up the soap on the floor. Oh my god.
They just need to glue their butt cheeks together. That way they don't have to get pummeled by someone else.
Conversations which were sex.
No, it'd be like the episode of the Boondocks. What is that? How does the one guy goes every time?
I'm
I'm
damn it.
I know.
I know what you're talking about. It was my booty's mine. You can't have my booty.
You can't have my booty powers punch.
Yeah.
Sexual in nature with children. Clearly. So once again, this is something that they can be investigated for and they can be pushed for. And mind you, child sexual harassment carries a up to 10-year maximum penalty. So that is a very serious criminal allegation that now could face Hank. And up until this point, when people have asked me about Hank and what Hank could be facing, yes, there's some things it's possible Hank could be hooked in on. But for the most part, most of the crimes fall squarely on Johnny, not on Hank.
Right, and he's just getting the aftermath glow up, and it's pretty big.
Let's see, somebody should maybe find the mukbang streamer that are on the run from the law. They would be perfect for each other.
Oh, you're talking about the mukbang that was in Kuwait?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we talked about. I think I know who he's talking about.
You know that could use this as she's moved that
Houses plug each other's holes with
might have been there, he might have been helping with logistics, but it's really hard to prove some crimes.
That's actually That's actually very generous of you, Logic Dude, thinking that their dangles are that big. That long. I don't think it would work out. I think only one can be saved.
Were committed by Hank, or Hank would have some sort of accomplice liability for certain crimes, especially the ones that were from before Hank got deeply involved with Johnny Somali. However, this one, since it's from the past few months and literally has Hank sitting side by side with Johnny Somali, yeah, that's something that they're going to take very, very, very seriously, and they're going to investigate. And Hank may even be called in and questioned as a part.
No, it's cool. Be perfectly unhinged. It's fun.
Yeah, you're unhinged towards people who deserve it.
God, I seen some fucked up shit in my time. That is the last that is. I watched Terrifier. I've seen The Human Centipede. I've watched some really messed up henties. Trust me, you're fine here.
Sorry.
I got it.
Part of this, right, as a part of this process, because he was indeed right there with Johnny Somali. He was sitting there. He knew what they were doing. He was the one that provided the computer. He provided the internet access. This harassment was going on from within his apartment. So you put all those things together and you look at it and you say, yeah, it's a reasonable person could expect that Hank, knowing he's under potential suspicion for harassment, would indeed delete his profiles, go into hiding, back things up. And I love the Johnny Somali Discord reaction. This is actually a really interesting one. So this is from inside the Discord very recently. So people were trying to say, am I making this up? And this is when I was talking about the confirmation at the official investigation. And I love the response here. It doesn't mean much. They can try. I think it means a lot. I think it means up to 10 years behind bars, 10 years in prison. That is a lot.
Good.
And they are indeed going to investigate that. That's indeed going to be something.
So cute. It sounds like Johnny Somali's going to have a boyfriend.
It's gonna be a perfect romance. The prison romance that everyone wants.
It's gonna be like was it trashy? What was that trashy soap opera you were watching when I was down there?
Oh, I think it was General Hospital.
It'll be General Prison.
General Prison.
That is a little bit more than tried. That's going to be a lot of heat on both Johnny and potentially Hank as well. And I think the real issue here is that this is something they're going to be very harshly scrutinized on multiple accounts. Johnny for Lotte World, for harassing minors on the street, for other instances and altercations, as well as for this online interaction with minors via Ome.tv. And Hank being there for that second one, he's going to be questioned both in relation to Johnny's crimes and his own crimes. So I think that's something that's going to come down on him and certainly not going to look good for him. And I know there's others that have pointed out that, hey, if somebody ends up bringing this to his school, they could boot him out. They could kick him out. And certainly this is
Hank's in school?
He probably was in school. He probably ain't gonna be in school no more.
Like, I'm guessing he's in college? If he is in school? There's no way Hank is I want to say, I remember graduating when I was 18. There's no way Hank is 18 or younger, right?
Even if my English is still bad, I try my best to make me understandable. So I still do typos, and I only have been barely a year. I learned English by myself.
Wow.
No, that's actually impressive. Trust me, I speak English. I grew up in America and I can barely speak English.
Uh-huh. That is really cool. What's your first language? When you got a chance.
Situation where Hank is going to have a whole lot of trouble if he gets a conviction. If he is ultimately, if a charge is brought against Hank and he has a conviction, that is really going to hurt his future, not just in South Korea, but even if he fled to China or fled somewhere else. Mind you, an important fact about Hank, a lot of people forget this, is that he cannot really go back to the United States. He's out of the United States. His whole permanent resident battle is really done in the United States. He's lost his legal battle there. So Hank's option...
We deported Hank. He was the worst boyfriend I've ever had. We deported him. We had ICE come and get him.
Are dwindling. His future is not looking good. And I think as he looks into that, I will see, and I predict that he's going to put more and more space between himself and Johnny Somali. Now,
Yeah.
If
See, so if you want more bad luck in your life, just become friends with Somali. Yup. I am a mix of Italian and
Luxembourg.
And damn!
Yeah. Damn, that's pretty impressive. Yours is pretty good.
You would big brain. You big brain. Words.
Yeah, we can't speak English. And it's the only language we know.
now, do I think Hank is necessarily going to betray him tomorrow?
He should.
I don't.
Dude, that's okay. How loyal can Hank be? Is he going to sit there and ride with Johnny out into the sunset, or is he going to throw him under the bus?
You know all those...
Do you think that if they gave Hank a plea deal to rat out Johnny, do you think he'd take it?
He is throwing him under the bus. You know those AI things we see on Trump? They didn't make one with John Small and Hank, like it's a slice of life romance.
I bet you that probably does exist. I would not be surprised.
I need to find that.
Maybe type in a Johnny Somali AI cartoon video or whatever.
I will look at it after
I don't
stream.
think it's likely. I still think Hank thinks that his star is tied to Johnny Somali, at least in the short term. However, I do think in the long term, and hopefully for Hank, he wakes up at some point and realizes that Johnny is going down, Johnny is sinking, and he needs to get
your
off
dick
that
out of
ship.
his
He needs to try
ass.
to run off that ship, and perhaps it's not too late for Hank to try to salvage what little he can from this situation. But what do you guys think about Hank? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
Oh, God.
We will be right back. I can't believe he did that to us. He gave us a fucking jump scare.
And then Johnny got a jump scare.
Is that a woman that's punching him too?
I don't know.
I love that he's sitting there. He must love the abuse. Look at him. He's just smiling there.
Picture. Yes.
Nice pick.
We are going to be telling this story for decades on how not to act overseas.
Thank you for joining us for this video. Bye. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.